heart's desire. Hey, shout it out in words unspoken. Shout it out above. When I step out of the
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've got Inferno on the menu between Rooster and Encore here, and Rooster are currently a map up, going into their map choice. So we'll see what's going on here, and it might just be a faster approach. Look at Rooster just smashing it straight down Banana. nettik as well in Boiler. Here's everything happening at Halls, and it looks like it might be some kind of counter strat here. Apoc going to be falling, big trade. And this is going to be mid-control, but only hit for Encore. Savage trying to cross his way to sight, but the Julie's not going to get too much damage done here. And, it's a little bit awkward, but ASAP's going to be able to turn up just in time. Hat's on sight, wants to get this bomb down, but needs to rely on what's happening here with Licky, who's got eyes on Dig, eyes on the jump out of Apps. But he knows Rackham's down over towards Mini side, waiting for the swing. Big shots coming through. Now it's ASAP in the 1v2, gets the first and knows exactly where Licky is with plenty of time here for Rap. Oh, the P250 has to reloaded. Unfortunate scenes for ASAP, but Encore going to be very happy with that round.
An extra bullet, and I feel like he would have won that one at the end there, but unfortunately, it's one of those things where it kind of just doesn't really work out for Rooster. I can't help but feel that maybe the dualies of nettik kind of were released a little bit too early, and Boiler as well, Mac.
Yeah.
He potentially could have wrapped them in apartments as well, so that would have been nice for those wondering as well. I'll just take a cheeky pause, tech pause from outside, and we come back. Hello.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, but crazy start there. Literally could have gone either way. Really a knife's edge kind of round. You can see Rooster were just doing their thing, smashing it down Banana, got all the info. Unfortunately, the retake didn't work out. But look, of course, T-side piss still going through means you're probably going to see Rooster save here. I guess we'll see.
1v1.
And it's also Inferno.
Yeah, I probably would expect them to force if it was old Rooster. And I think that's one of the real caveats that we have right now with their experience that they've gotten from EU. It does seem like they're a lot more well-measured, that they might actually go for that save. I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. They're a map up. They had a pretty convincing win over on Vertigo as well. So if they do play on the side of caution here, they'll drop, the first 2 rounds of Inferno, and then they start to bring it up a little bit after that. So I think they'll be okay. We got Pico.
Yeah,
hey.
I'm trying to get Pico. She's a bit camera shy, and if I try to pick her up, because I have chicken on my desk, so she very much wants my dinner, but it's my dinner for a reason, huh? But look, I do have a little friend who's watching the game. I did get her opinion as well. I put it on Twitter just before. If anyone wants to go check that out, she doesn't say anything. She doesn't move. She's actually just glued to the floor. So, spoiler alert. But also, we got a game, and we're halfway through this second round, Dion.
Yep, and by money, Rooster went for the save. So, nice. That's my expert analysis. Savage and Sterling clean up the last final kills. Apoc had died to nettik, so nettik's on the board. First 2 rounds done and dusted. Now Rooster have guns. Bit of util. No kits. nettik and Zap got some helmets to protect their noggins. It's not actually bad coming into this round because you still got those Galils and that Mac 10.
Well, of course, that plant that they got in the first round definitely helped out. Moving forward, Rooster. Ooh, decent util, and it looks like they're just going to drop that nade. Expect the aggression at Banana, but Encore. 20 seconds in already with the Banana control, and now they're just going to fall away and probably look to put a bit of pressure at A before committing on anything here. Or Apoc already deep at Halls. Rooster showing a lot of respect, playing real passive on the A side of the map here, and ooh, TJ playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, there's a nice timing on the molly as well. It'll keep Encore at bay for a little bit, allow any rotations if Rooster wanted to have them come over, but they're going to start to set themselves up some utility to delay the time that Encore have to try and get in towards the site. Still no movement from Rooster over at the A side of the map. Savage, a couple of loose bullets. Try and be a little bit of a deterrent. 40 seconds to go. Still a lot of utility for Encore to actually go for an execute on the site, but there is that incendiary there from ASAP. There's another from TJP, and when you've only got those 3 smokes from Encore, they're going to have to deploy them to probably extinguish one of these mollies.
Well, 30 seconds, and that smoke on the choke is at a perfect damn timing. TJ with a molly at the ready. Drop this down right now, and it's going to be very difficult for Encore to run through, but they managed to make their way into CT. Savage, he's heard that reload, and he's spotted TJ coming, and there's still barely enough time to try and plant here. Smoke fading over towards Coffin's side. ASAP going to be flashing his way forward. Good pop. Oh, the spam. It's no good. Licky. He's lived. He's managed to get the bomb plant down. And in the 3-on-3, Encore looking worse for wear.
No utility for Rooster as well. Everybody coming in from the ruins.
Rackham. Oh, finds that perfect shot onto Savage. APOC has to be the one to lift here. Licky going to be able to do his job, but a 1v2 angle. APOC, the angle, it looks good. He wants to pop his head up, but I don't think he knows what's going on here. Oh, we'll almost win it, 80k. He's got no kit. He's got, well, maybe just enough time.
There's like 2 ticks. I don't even think the bomb will go onto its other... Oh, never mind.
Okay.
I actually thought that there was going to be enough time for like an extra tick. Apparently not. Now, Mac, what is the age-old statement when it comes to CT side?
No money, no kit.
What's the other one?
No kit, no clue.
There we go. Thank you very much.
I feel like that was one of the ones where 80k got on it. Someone said, yeah, you just got it. So he just committed.
Yeah.
And unfortunately it didn't work out. But either way, you know, nice little play from APOC. Great patience. And it was rewarded. Now, Encore, bit of a change up here. Looking to just go for the slow banana control. Expecting Rooster to maybe throw something at them. Rackham poking his head straight into second. Playing a dangerous game. But he will get the info that Encore are currently showing some presence in this area of the map.
It's a good T-start for Encore. 3 rounds, expected 4th here. Unless the Pistols can get a bit of an upset. They'll start to waltz back towards the Bravo site. As Encore, you know, they can set up all their utility as well. Go in for an execute if they want. I almost feel like these kind of rounds when you know there's most likely going to be a save on your opponents that you want to be shouldering out to see if there's any stack. You know, we're used to seeing the return now of the 5-man tower stack in the pool or at those boxes at the back next to Dark. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea for Encore if they wanted to explore that over towards the B site, but it does look like they're going to go for a bit of an execute over towards A. They're just going to see that nobody's home.
I think we refer to these as a clean W. Rooster probably just going to try and go and exits with the round loss bonus. You know that they're going to be buying into the next. But yeah, Rooster just going to try to put as much pressure on Encore here as possible. Sterling at the ready and has the range as well there with the AK. Will get isolated for the moment. APOC tries to help out his brother in arms and ooh, shaky aim. Dangerous little play coming through, and there might be an opportunity for no. ASAP gone, but there's decent damage done at least to the armor of a few of these members.
Well, if they keep them here, the bomb's going to explode and they'll go with it. Yep. The tap on, I mean, if you're Savage, you probably see that there's no time if you count.
Well, the thing is,
anyways,
he doesn't know that they don't have a kit. So
yeah, it was less than 5 seconds.
But it was very, very scary. You're like, oh, well, we're getting ninjaed on, guys.
Yeah, it's the throwbacks, isn't it? Even if you're in the heat of the moment, we know from our armchair position there's less than 5 seconds, but that tap will just bring you in. 4-0 Mac. Encore, clean start. Finally, the time for Rooster to get something happening. They've got util across the board. They've got a couple of members with helmets in there that I probably would have liked to see a kit be purchased. 80k even has $550 spare that could have been used for a kit or some extra util. So just one of those things where if another round goes the way of Encore and it comes down to a potential defuse, Rooster gonna be quite unfortunate. But for already APOC being taken down to half HP. Rackham on the line with the AWP toward the A side of the map. That will echo out that it is in play. And they're going to force him back behind the jungle smoke as well. Capitalize on any scaling up through Diggity, up through the apartments as well. Path of least resistance, though. They'll only have one player to fight against. ADK's down on the site itself.
Oh, Prog Smoke's good. That util's even better. The double molly means Rackham can't do much but try and chop off the cross into sight. And it'll all boil down to the timing here. APOC going to be able to get the entry. Rackham can't connect. TJ hasn't won the battle of timing this time. Thought he was about to get a shot in the side of the Hatz's head, but ASAP 1v5 angle, and he might actually give it a crack. Unfortunately, the crack won't last too long.
Yeah, sealed up. Nice and tight. Another round for Encore, 5-0. You know, there's always this discussion at the moment of Inferno. Is it still kind of CT-sided, or is it really starting to lean to the T side? And I kind of make good arguments for the latter, right? The way that it's been shifting across the world currently. But for Encore, you know, it's just going to further themselves to try and get more rounds on the board. They'll be chasing a 6th here. There's no purchase from Rooster. Do they choose to go for a stack over at the B side yet again? Or do they choose to just get this round over and done with? Throw caution to the wind and hold W. They've gone in with these Deagles. A little bit of light utility as well. Some early chipper damage. More specifically on towards ASAP, who's now dead.
Yeah, big entries. And there's, yeah, not much of a chance for Rooster in the round again. Probably just going to look for damage. And you'd call that a 30-second round, Dion.
Yep. We'll see what damage that Rooster can still shoot out. I'm just noticing there's no Zeus in play this time as well, so no one's going to get a little bit of excitement, unfortunately.
Let's see what Sterling can do here. Okay, an opportunity with a 5-7 at a mid-range battle like that, but yeah, there's no real chance. Nettik gets the 2-tap,
okay,
and they are going to try to make it expensive. Rackham goes real wide, and is certainly not expecting Hats just up on the logs there at Banana. Nettik looking to maybe just try and keep the AK alive. Smoke over towards that DT choke. Ooh, shot on the first. Licky able to get the trade. And that's going to be a clean Inferno so far. 6-0. Encore off to the bloody races here on the T side.
Yeah, a very large discrepancy between this map for Encore at the moment and the previous of Vertigo as well. It just feels like that it was a sense of Groundhog Day between having guns being on an eco, having guns being on an eco. It was real rough for them to get anything activated. You know, one CT-sided round in the second half, or T-sided round.
Well, Savage with that window flash, looking to get the early banana control. Good mollies. Smoke comes through to allow Sterling to keep on locking down this car line. I can't damn see a thing. I hope he can. But they will be allowed to take banana regardless. Rooster just falling off and looking to save the minimal util they still have here.
Yeah, APOC peeked his head in towards top of brackets as well and actually forced Rackham off the line. So he does have a nice amount of control so far. If he wanted to extend that one out, they could start to get a peek in towards Dig as well and start to attack this round from two sides over at Banana where they've gotten control pretty much free of charge. Should get a little run boost in for Sterling, but it's going to yield no fruit, unfortunately. Just a bit of info that Rooster aren't going for any challenges. Whether or not that gives you the sense that they're waiting for reacting utility. That smoke is going to be deployed, and a rotation as well over from Rackham does mean that the A side of things is a tad weaker for Rooster at the moment. Bomb to be picked up from spawn. 40 seconds to go for Encore, and they're going to go into the site that is least stacked by Rooster.
We're going to see a very similar execute to what we saw before. Encore, Prog Smoke, which could allow the wrap into CT, but this time they realize there's probably not the money for Rooster to get that AWP in place, so happy just to cross and change the execute slightly, even pushing through a smoke. Nettik was ready for it, but Pock way too sharp, and that's going to be the A site completely cracked open. 3v5 or 3v4 angle, but it looks like Rooster, they are just going to go for the Jame time angle and save at B instead. And this is Inferno.
Yeah, another round where it's just 2 kills, and that seals the deal, isn't it?
Little unfortunate. What I want to see more of is are those mega late retake attempts I don't know if you saw that rare Adam
Nuke.
retake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was gorgeous.
that was just so well executed, and it feels like there's not many other teams that have that kind of plan in their book because it's just not the
Yeah.
percentage play. If
Correct.
things go wrong, it obviously goes really, really wrong from points like that.
I probably
So-
want to see something that's a little bit, earlier than something like a late retake like that, and just some simple banana control from Rooster. It's something that they were doing yesterday with all their utility grenades, right? They were just gaining control from a double grenade stack, a smoke at the half wall, a late on molly as well. So I just kind of want to see them be able to do that. They've kind of been in a tricky scenario in terms of their utility, but when you come into a round such as this where you had 3 people survive, all you need to really do is a reinvestment onto utility. I want to see them use that early. I want to see them put some mollies, put some grenades over a banana, gather the space, and force Encore to either retake it or go in towards A. You can use 3 players to take the control, and then as soon as you've got it, rotate that one back over towards A. That's what I kind of want to see from Rooster. Something really simple, true, tried, and tested, but effective. And look at that, man. They're doing it. Oh.
Taking banana control, but unfortunately, TJ on a common line. Savage, he's played this map way too many times, so is able to find that spray to great success. Rackham, however, look, success not in his favor this map so far. Did have a cracker over Vertigo, but 80k just looking for a timing. Will peek out perfectly. Savage sounded like he got 2 tapped there, and we are going to see the 3v3 finally maybe go in favor of Rooster. And Sap is fully aware that CT is open as well, so he's taking this banana control and he's just going to happily hold it.
How long do you stay here if you are ASAP? Do you look to go for a bit of a challenge before Encore get into the site? Or do you look to push down mid to see that nothing is there and get a bit of a sandwich with your teammates currently exploring apartments? See that 80k is just looking that no one's going to be waltzing up to the site itself. So, of course, we know that for Encore, they're going over to this B site. Currently is only ASAP, as you make mention to. And that utility is starting to finally reveal that they are actually here.
Smoking off banana, knowing that
they're going to watch it?
Probably the position that Rooster were hiding. And now there's just going to be one smoke, one nade for Rooster to try and retake with. But Encore, a whole lot of real estate with con control. Getting Sterling over towards New Box, who's posted into CT, but that scope definitely could have been heard. As that smoke starts to fade, Licky going to be playing the pixel line, just waiting to take contact. But you can see Rooster were already way advanced past that point, and Sterling now is looking to really fire up, pulls the secondary out, and the Deagle will do it for 3. Big play coming through from Sterling there, and Encore still flawless.
He doesn't really need the headshots with the AWP. He'll get the job done with a body shot, but 2 headshots with the AWP and then the sidearm on that Deagle as well. End it with a little bit of style. An 8th round for Encore so far. Flawless on their T side. They've won the half no matter what. With full loss bonus coming in towards Rooster's pockets, they go for that force. No kits again. A couple of downgraded weapons with the FAMAS, with the MP9 for ASAP. Lots of utility, though, to be able to try and work with. And it's going to be kind of one of these standard deployments from them. They have majority of their force over towards the A site. They have ASAP and TJP looking to go for a little bit of a contest down banana. Just an exchange of utility at this point. We've got no cheeky boost up on that that wall either. The yellow wall. Which sometimes you want to be deploying something cheeky like that to try and catch Encore off guard. They haven't really gone any lower to be clearing of something like that. Sandbags hasn't been fully cleared by Encore just yet. So they're just waiting for any bit of mistakes from Rooster at the moment. Any missteps. I don't think Encore are going to give it to him.
No. Well, Rooster, of course, struggling to take banana. So they've stopped trying to take banana. And they know that TJ loves a little cheeky peek from CT. So after that chunk, he's been rotated straight back to Coffin instead. And everyone's still standing at the 45-second mark, means that there is a decent opportunity for Rooster in this round. But it'll all boil down to these last couple of seconds. 80k looking to find a timing. Hat's posted on the line, but how is 80k's timing here? Here's the footsteps. Here's the bangers.
No trade.
He'll get the man advantage, which feels like the first one that Rooster's found in a damn long time.
Yeah, and they need to be able to try and hold on to this one as well. 20 seconds. All they need to do is deny the bomb plant from going down. It's a great flashbang to come out from Savage. nettik is going to try and do what he can. It's good for at least 2, which means that bomb plant is going to have enough time to go down safely for Encore. And now as we come into the post, it's those B-sided players. TJP half HP, but ASAP full.
Real slow creep up mid. Staying silent. And APOC ready for a swing. I think they might have heard a footstep there. APOC spots one, not the second. Flash across the top, and ASAP will spin around. Perfect shot to take the head off of APOC's shoulder. Sterling secondary is too good. They call him Hugh Juan for a reason, huh?
Yeah, I rate it. I give it 8 out of 8.
Beautiful.
Mate. 9-0. This is difficult to comprehend, I think, for a lot of players, a lot of viewers out there. If you've just joined us, you know, you see the scoreline from Vertigo. You see the fragging department of Encore as well, and you're thinking, all right, there's 9 rounds. And APOC and Sterling have only just hit double digits on their kill mark as well. You know, a lot of these rounds that Encore have actually been winning, Rooster have saved. And it's yielded really nothing.
Let's see what ASAP can do here, Licky. Missed opportunity on the spray transfer, but the util damage is damn good, and ASAP might not find anything here. Sterling over the top finds one more, and ASAP just here at the half wall. Dig in hand, can't get a kill, and that might just be B open for business, but Encore knows that Rooster probably going to get a little bit antsy here and get some kind of aggression going towards the A site. So you can see Encore just slowing things down and expecting swings from every different position.
There just has to be some individual heroic, some moment from Rooster to get back into this game. Is it Rackham now with this Deagle? Is it going to be somebody in the next round when the guns are here for Rooster? As Encore, we have just waltzed in towards this B side. A bit of damage done to Licky. Rackham falls.
Rackham loves a push through a molly.
Yeah.
That's something I've noticed in the last 2 maps is, you know, at least Encore catching onto it. They throw those mollies. They expect the aggression through it now, and they're really mopping up.
He's just gotten away with it too many times, right? 20 kills in the last map, where a lot of them were actually just sticking through util. A couple of them as well, being backed up between flexing from mid to B and A. You know, he was kind of that rotator position, where on this map, he's still that rotator position, but it's not really working out on this map, unfortunately. And I guess, you know, you can make an argument that you're that rotator because you are the substitute. But for a 10-0 scoreline, I think there's, you know, you can't really hold that on the substitute. There needs to be either a timeout or
of course,
a big discussion for Rooster here just to figure out. No, exactly.
I was just pointing out that I'm noticing it. Encore definitely noticing it, and that's why Rackham's 3-8 at the moment, because he's not getting away with the mischief that he was on Vertigo.
Yeah, but I think, remember, one of the fundamental problems of Rooster's CT side is, yes, CT side can be a fickle thing on Inferno, but the plays that they're going for are very readable, right? It's been either 3 players at B with a little bit of that utility down banana, or it's been 3 players at A and the B guys don't move. You know, they need to be doing something unexpected, which we know, you know, there's a lot of strategies that in tandem plays you can come out with on a map like Inferno that they just haven't really been deploying.
See if Sterling gets fed again. Molly's cubby side. And Rackham reveals his position with the molly of his own towards that corner. Nade looks decent, but won't really get much done there. And now with the minute remaining in the round, Encore, they've got bracket control. They're going to start to look for that banana control as well. TJ playing on the corner, flash forward. It looks good. Savage blinded at the half wall. And with that info, Rooster looking to fall away, but Rackham doesn't know which way to go at the moment. Looks like they're just going to be shifting some util back towards that B site.
Yeah. I think one of the things now as well is, do you actually think that Savage is going to be the instigator for a B execute if you're Rooster, or do you think things are going to peel back towards the A site with Hats losing his life, pushing through the archers? If you're Rooster, you have an idea that things are actually going to be ending up towards A. They relieve pressure of Pit, and they go together in jungle.
The 3-man wrap back into Dig side. Sterling takes 2 out, and the 3rd player is known. Surely Encore just speed up on Dig side now. But Savage finds Rackham And that's going to be the numbers favoring Encore again. TJ wants to give it a red hot crack. He's got a molly to drop towards backside. He's got the lineup, but it looks like there's plenty of time to get this one down. Licky pays the price with half his health, but look where ASAP is.
Yeah, Mac, I wonder, right? With the bullets that Savage is shooting over at the top of Banana towards the site, and with Hats actually pushing the archers, does that give a false sense of security to Rooster that they're thinking it's going to be a B pop and Hats is playing lurk? Because they just completely leave pit. They have no info on apps, no info on Diggity. Nobody pushed brackets early to get some information.
The thing
I
is,
actually think that might be the issue for Rooster there. That one singular call.
It's not that. They're just not hitting their shots, brother. Like, you look at what they're doing, their positioning's generally fine, but they're like 10-0 now, so they're starting to try and change things up. That's why they've gone for that re-aggression from arc towards bracket, just looking for something. And it could have worked. Sterling is he's made some kind of miracle being able to get 2 kills in a position like that with 3 players all looking to swing into bracket. You know, and then, of course, the Savage lurk back up mid as well, just catching that third man. So there was a chance. There was a way that ended up working with that wrap back and then like a retake up dig, theoretically.
Yeah.
But, like, if Encore are just hitting these shots right now, like, what can you do? You just can't do anything.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah. Back to the 2-3. 2-3. The B approach for Rooster, a little bit weaker. Mollies to keep them at bay. Again, no real utility. Rackham does have an AWP, which is a bit of a difference. How much of a difference can you rely on him for in this round? Slower one from Encore.
Change up in those positions. You got ASAP now, who is aggressive up in apps, just waiting for some kind of flash across the top. And with minimal util, Rooster, posting. There's Rackham, who will be able to connect on the stick and keeps him going back for more. Spots the shoulder, gets out of dodge. But again, a man advantage, and Rooster, another opportunity to put their first round on the board.
Yeah, it's an unanswered opener as well, actually. And it's Sterling, the member of Encore that you were just propping up. Wiggling out some magic. Nettik's position now known in the back of the pit. ASAP on balcony, not, however, as APOC starts to scale in towards the side. They're overlooking the pit player. They're overlooking the fact that ASAP has actually dropped. Might get the better of them. Look at that damage from Rooster Mac. Gorgeous.
And it's worked. So finally, the double pit setup, it's good. ASAP in a position to frag as well. And him and Nettik just do so much damage. Crack open that attempted Mexi. The flood up dig was good enough to get to sight, but then they couldn't get the bomb plan. It couldn't hold it. But Encore, look, even if they lose every round from here, 11-4, T-side Inferno, you'd definitely back them to be closing out map number 2 already, unless things go through some kind of crazy shake-up during the halftime break.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. But we will wait and see with what utility Rooster now have afforded themselves, if it's going to assist them anything in this round. They're actually going for the double boiler setup this time. We've seen it done with, rifles more often than not. When you've got an AWP player in there and they miss a shot, it can get pretty awkward, as APOC does look the wrong way. The AWP doesn't miss of Rackham. And once again, we have an unanswered opener from Rooster. I think it was against, was it Pain or was it 0-0 that Rooster also did that on Inferno?
I'm not 100%.
Anywho, York is, doing things for Rackham.
Yeah.
So you'll take that if you are Rooster.
Shifting up that position. And TJ finds that second as well. Nasty stuff through the smoke. So some confidence. Sent him shifting back into the hands of Rooster. And TJ, he's heard Sterling jumping around, scoping up over towards the T-stairs, so lines up a third, and that is big damage. But unfortunately, look, as you mentioned, I don't want to get my hopes up. Rooster, if they can try to streak their way back into the game, when they get to about 7 or 8 rounds, I'll start believing. But for this half, I'm just kicking my legs up because it's like 35. It's 32, I think, today in Sydney. But I swear the air is rain. It is just wet.
It was a stinker yesterday in Melbourne. Like, I had my door open, I had my fan going, I have like a portable air cooler as well. Today, not so much. It's like a lot cooler, so I'm thankful.
It's really hard to get excited knowing that I'm just gonna profusely sweat. You know, I'll wait till something exciting actually happens. Well, round 14. Let's see if Rooster can crack open this can of worms again. Noise made from the Encore individuals. Over towards Bracket's side, ASAP. Going to be able to chunk away at Sterling, but that's going to be the AWP on the ground. And Rackham now out of the equation. 80k just tossing all that util. But at the minute mark, if Encore just cancel here and go back somewhere else, then maybe they'd have a better opportunity. But they are forcing their hand, and that's going to be 2 found out of nowhere. Rooster just cracking things open. nettik just up on top of the boxes. Oh, 80k. Him and nettik. Solid crossfire from Mini from top of sight there. And the front sight smoke works against Encore.
So I think, Mac, that Rooster have finally gotten the invitation to the party. They just rocked up a little bit late. But they bought everybody a special gift. Now they're here, and everybody's accepting it. It's good. Last round of the half. And this is the first time in this map that we actually see a pretty woeful buy from Encore. I mean, it's workable, right? AKs, Glil, Deagles.
Yeah.
For Rooster, they are definitely hunting for the 4th here. Bit of a change up in deployments once again. TJP and ASAP over towards the B side. Early rotation from ADK. I think he potentially dropped a bit of util on the floor for the boys. I mean, an incendiary, I think, there. But it'll be a slower one for Encore for the time being.
Bracket controls there. Looks like it's going to be the bust through the smoke. Flash assisting. APOC going to be getting that one. And Sterling, yet another dig in the bag. Double pit setup has been working for Rooster, but if they can manage to keep these rotations alive, then, well, that could have helped.
Yeah.
Either way, Rackham going to be able to push his way out of pit. Look for some dig control.
Yeah, still a weird state, though. Weird affair. ASAP can upset everything playing in from the ruins. Rackham sees that they've disconnected from A brackets. It's down to Hats if he can win this duel as well. This round is in all sorts for kind of both teams at the moment in the timing.
Oh. I'm seeing players looking away on the X-ray and they're just looking straight at them as soon as they peek. Timings. You don't even know what's going on right now. And Savage, Licky looking like they're going to try to edge their way back into A. That's a bit of noise made with the rotation down Banana. Rooster trying to stay proactive, but they've taken the bait. They've bit that hook.
Yeah, and I don't remember the last time that we did see a Rooster go swimming, but they've certainly caught it hook, line, and sinker. Savage and Licky for a 2 versus 3 set up in some optimal positions, but do they choose to double up in the pit, or do they spread out? ASAP does have a bit of utility to assist things here. Well-placed HE grenade can soften Licky up, but Savage, if he actually kept going forward, get on more of a potent line, it could be big.
Oh, gets fully blinded, stuck on the dig wall. Almost found that lineup. Big damage on the nettik, but the trade does come through. Licky, 21 points of health, and on the sticky, he's no damn good. Can't hit that first shot. nettik looking real damn sharp for 3, and that is going to be 4 rounds secured for Rooster at the half, but they've got a long way to go if they want to get back into this game. Welcome back. It is time to jump on into the second half. Let's see if Rooster can get off on the right foot, get themselves a pistol in the bag, and maybe, just maybe, close this round gap. But for the moment, Encore, they had a 11 streak of rounds, and now it's Rooster's turn to try and hit back.
Yeah, they've started with the tail end of 4 in the previous half. However, they are losing a couple of opening kills. It's not looking good for them. Rackham to finally answer back with a couple of his own. And you can just see immediately that rotation from Hats as well, falling from a forward line back towards the graveyard. But does he actually tuck in and be sneaky beaky? I think he might be.
Look, Tej and Rackham, both very sharp individuals. We'll see if they're going to be able to work some kind of wonders here. Licky, I thought he crossed out way too high, but we'll just give it benefit of the doubt there. Big shot coming through. Big hold from the Lickinator. And man's got a bunch of util to use as well. So TJ hoping he can maybe get that bomb down, but Hats hitting away at Graveyard is going to put a seal on the round, and that's both pistols in the bag for Encore, who now just need 4 more here in the second half to take us all the way to Nuke.
Good crunch from Encore, all things considered. Down second mid, getting those kills, denying a bomb plan as well. You got no force up for Rooster come this round due to that fact. They needed the pistol round to start their T-side affairs nicely as well here. Otherwise, this map might be very well in the bin. We will... I think I'll hold off reservations until we get that first real gun round from Rooster in the next one. But you can just already see a difference from Encore. They're gaining control of Banana. Yeah, something that we're kind of lacking from Rooster.
Yeah. Well, Sterling to stay sneaky here. Under dig. Could get maybe caught out, but it is just going to be pressure put down towards mid. Dink comes through as well as the finish from ASAP. And a bit more damage onto Hats, who forgets how many bullets in the mag, peaks with the half reload. But there is going to be some revenge found and a couple of secondaries picked up as well. So it should be a decent round for Encore. Money should stay nice and solid. You do see Sterling going for the investment there. Apok dropping him the M4. And Hats is going to buy himself instead of just going for the Deagles. So we'll see if this comes back to bite them or if they just keep on laying down the law while they're ahead.
Laying down the law. Sonic's law? Didn't work out so far for Rooster. Picking up scraps from the back of losing that pistol, but for right now, it is the round that they actually have some guns, and they have an opening kill. Immediately traded out by Savage, who's still going for a little something up Banana. As he does start to fade away, though, the utility is almost gone from Encore.
Nice trade. Gets himself the upgrade on the weapon as well, so there is going to be that M4 to be utilized over towards the B site. He gets left with a flash to his name, and Encore looking to try and stack A as fast as they damn can, but the funnel up dig is looking good enough for the moment. Sterling going to be caught out in no man's land, and the trades will favor Rooster, so Savage now has to go for a large rotation and try to clutch out a 14th in a 1v2.
See what he can do. A single flash at a kit, so he's got a bit of extra time for this retake, but with that smoke starting to fade, what angles will he actually look to clear? ADK on the side itself. You've got ASAP tucked in pit, and ADK's just already got his crosshair at the right location.
Makes a bit of noise on site, so Savage has that info to play off. ASAP locking it down over what's broken walls, so even if ADK falls, Zap knows he can play the timing game, and he's doing so pretty effectively. Jiggling, swinging, big shot as well to close, and that is going to be 5 on the board for Rooster. ASAP survives at the end. Round closes off just before the explosion. Love to see it for Rooster fans out there, and now is their chance to strike.
Yep, definitely. It'll be a very large comeback that they have to try and gather come this T side here on Inferno. Something that we couldn't quite see from Encore on the previous map. So maybe, you know, we will get this third and final decider in Nuke if Encore are able to get 3 more rounds, look to close it. They've gone for a full force come this round right now. A couple of A1Ss, a couple of pistols. You got Savage who's peeking in front of the molly. He's able to dispatch of nettik quite convincingly. It'd be good to see if they go for a hunt for that weapon. but it is still enemy territory, right? So Rooster are able to just scale up to be able to safeguard that. Unsure if they'll throw it out of the map, but an open kill for Encore nevertheless.
Early CT smoke coming through. I'm just curious as to what we're going to see from Rooster over in Apps here. ASAP. Looking to stay silent. Ooh, is he going to give us the silent drop?
I have seen Rooster miss it
has.
at the overseas games time and time again, so it is good to see that they got it this time. Oh, no, sorry. It was Rooster that was gathering it. It was their opponents that kept missing it. That was funny.
Well, you know where to look now if you were paying attention, so learn it. Get that movement down. And we'll see if Encore can close it out with a 14th with the man advantage. Savage on the offline. This is one straight out of Rooster's playbook. We saw them using this overseas now. Smoke on that choke, and Savage not going to be seen, but it is going to be a dangerous position to fight from. Oh, can't quite get that third as TJ to finish off Rackham. So dangerous place, but heavy days for Rooster. Man down. We'll see if Encore can make this retake work. They've got some util, a couple of flashes to try and position Licky for success.
No kit, though, and ASAP pushing up towards the tree. Licky finds TJ. Now it's all down to Sap. Can line them up, but he can't quite get the second one. Hats and APOC lining up again, looking for the damage. Knife to come in to close it. That's going to be 14 for Encore.
Oh, he does it to him. Gets the upgrade to the AK. There was just enough bullets left, and look, one bullet straight between APOC's legs.
So what's the next gun that we need to see, or the next weapon from APOC to get a kill? Is it a Negev? Because he's gotten a Zeus and he's gotten a knife in this series so far.
Mate, he can do what he wants. He's done everything. He's been there and back again.
Been everywhere, man.
He's just putting more names on the tally. But look, into the 20th we go, and Encore now just need 2 more to try and close things through. Rooster, of course, just going to be forcing up till the bitter end here on the T side because, well, their economy is in the bin and they don't have rounds to lose here. Let's see what they can do with a couple of digs, a couple of AKs and a dream.
Yeah, a little kiss from the grenade as well onto nettik and ADK. Now Rackham tagged up just a little bit. You got some forward utility going up banana for Rooster, but Rackham, he's starting to get a bit of a whiff at top of brackets. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they do say. APOC going to fall off the line, and it is a good flash. Hats will hear all of those footsteps falling away.
Looks like we're going to see a bit of a one-pronged approach, but as Rooster is trying to take this bracket control, you can see that Banana's completely lost. TJ going to be able to trade onto Hats there. So potential for another weapon to be found. That MP9 needs to be reloaded, though, and APOC over towards Grave is an interesting position to try and deal with this dig swing, but he's living for almost long enough. That smoke fades at Apps, and he's going to be spotted. 3-for-1 trade as Licky falls. And that is now a 1v3 angle. Sterling has to try and win. He hasn't been spotted or heard yet here at Dig, so we'll see how the timing goes, but
it's
going to be Sterling. Sending it down mid instead, looking to save. Game time in full effect.
Yeah, and AWP is very difficult to get a 1vx retake happening, specifically on Inferno as well. A couple of key duels won by Rooster on the side, actually. You think of what would happen if APOC actually peeks up from Grave a little bit earlier, can spray them down at Dig. You know, the smoke fading for ASAP in apartments too. He wouldn't get the right line of sight, so it would be an unknown position. Just by a little bit of extra timing, APOC being a little bit too cautious potentially at the end of that one. Rooster will find their 6th, and holding on to a couple of weapons as well is going to be good for them. Means that nettik and Rackham will have a good investment come this next round. Extra utility for the team also is going to go a very long way because Rooster need to win a lot of these rounds cleanly to keep this contest on in Inferno.
Well, Encore. The economy not quite there, and we are going to see the force buy come through anyway. Just making sure Sterling isn't going to be left alone undefended with that AWP in hand. 3-2 split coming through. Encore still keeping 3 towards that A side, but it's a dig setup. Trying to position these close range weapons into a location to succeed.
Licky's brought a Bison. to the party. Party mix buy for sure for Encore. Sterling on the AWP. You got Mag 7 for Hats as well. That'll be positioned at the top of apartments. It's not a bad spot, all things considered. The only real reason we see an investment like this for Encore is because they have 8 rounds of cushioning in case things do get a little bit pear-shaped.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like it's maybe a little bit too passive from Rooster here as well, Mac. Not going for any peaks. They've got banana control with light utility, yeah, for sure. But, you know, if things go a little bit awkward come B, then they could drop this round.
Here comes the XE. Sterling doesn't miss those. And Licky, they know that he's close as well. It's going to be an awkward position, but Licky, full blind, gets 2 out of nowhere. And Apoc tries to force his way forward, draws just enough attention for Sterling to have more impact. And 30 on the clock now. TJ has the bomb in hand, and he split up the defenses. Hats only with the Mag 7. TJ hunting for a timing.
Oh, TJ, if you can get the bomb plant down, will Sterling go for the peak? Is he already scoped in, actually? Because if he isn't, that scope could be an audible one. And he is scoped in, so he'd either have to push to the site on the scope or hold this line, which he technically would have had the right read. He's got the footsteps heard, the unscope. He's going to try and bring him off the bomb. It's not a bad idea, but that smoke is going to provide a little bit of a safety net for TJP. Hats will start to come over. It's a good shot from TJ. Hats has no way into the site with a Mag 7 from another territory. Sneak on up.
Awkward position. And Tej at the back of sight might just be able to do it. But there's the upgrade. Hats hoping for anything. Looking for luck with that spam onto second oranges, but he won't find it this time. And that is going to be a 7th secured. So Rooster, slowly but surely, just trudging their way back into the game. But again, I've said it before, there is still a long way to go on Inferno if they want a shot here.
Was that 7 or 8 rounds or something, and then you start to, you know, feel like Rooster could get back into this. But I think the caveat for that is that Encore wouldn't be finding 14, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be at this scenario that they're 1 away from map point to put us into the next one. But it's just the USPs at the moment.
Oh!
Everybody's stamping down mid. It's a good flash from TJP at the end. It's just licky, but yeah, you throw away one of these rounds. Some eco frags, an eco ace for nettik. So himself has got one now. TJP had gotten one on a previous map.
For a moment, I thought things were about to go horrendously wrong for Rooster as soon as whoever that was, Rackham, was just fully blinded by TJ. But look, they managed to make it work. Only losing a single member, so that's great for the economy as Encore buy up again going into round 23.
Yeah, and this is finally the one that Encore are going to get that purchase back in. So the stack of 3 towards the B side, I would probably predict a bit of banana control to come in from them early. You got Sterling with that AWP yet again. You can get him on the line over at the A side of things. We haven't really seen any porch plays or any flower bed plays yet from Encore, so that's still something that they could potentially draw upon coming a little bit later on. But maybe this opening engagement a little bit too far-fetched for Savage, peeking at the old car. And he'll have his head removed by nettik.
Tight angle going to be held here by Sterling. Just using that pillar to full effect. And almost lives, but nettik goes real damn wide, finds the headshot line. And that's going to be AWP on the ground now. And a lot of presence at A. It's only Hats here for Encore and Rooster. They may get plucked. They may get feathered. We'll see what Hats can do to stop it. That's going to be a molly to give him some kind of opportunity, but he won't last too long. And now on the 2v4, it's a difficult prospect for Encore, so they're going to put that straight into reverse, and Licky's going back to B to save. But Rooster, happy as Larry with 4 alive again, back-to-back rounds.
No cook chook in this one. That is for certain. It'll be number 9 for Rooster. Holding on to this weaponry as well. They're starting to get, you know, a good amount of money behind them that they can afford to drop a few players here and there. But for Encore, these CT-sided rounds where they're trying to get a little bit too aggressive, I feel, for the first frag, it's really starting to bite them in the butt. So maybe they'll look to reel that one in come the next round. You got 2 weapons, you know, presumed that'll save because Apoc is maybe on the chopping block, but he's able to at least find that. So yeah, 2 guns will survive here for Encore. we'll see what they're going to be able to actually deliver in the next round. But I think, you know, it's starting to get to the phase in this map that Encore, you know, they have to be a little bit concerned now, starting to think that maybe Rooster are doing too much in this map to get a wriggle on for themselves.
One quick timeout coming through from Encore. Of course, if you see any timeouts, they're not from Rooster. And if it does look like it's from Rooster, that's just probably a graphical error because Rooster do not take timeouts.
Well, they took them yesterday when the half came back, remember, because probably someone wasn't back at their PC. So
of course,
maybe that's the only way that they use one.
First time in 17 years I've seen that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what's going to be going down in round 24. Encore, a bit of a half bite, some util, a couple of nades maybe to chunk away at Rooster if they try and get somewhere too quickly. But it looks like we are only seeing ASAP go up second. And it might just be a bit of banana control that Rooster are looking for.
So it is good to see that Encore... Oh, no, the Cook Chook. He's been exploded. I was going somewhere with this round. There's guns for Encore. There's 2 saved A1Ss. There's some default pistols there as well. Got Sterling just on that USP, holding everything for an AWP come around the corner.
Still a couple of mollies, so we'll see if Hats gets sent to hell, sent to the Nether Realms, tucked away in cubby, but smoke should allow him out if he wants. So it looks real deep on the map, but could just be UI. And molly over towards Dig as well, but Licky looking to go in with the flash. Spots TJ, cops a couple of shots through the wall there. Everything is right as rain. Encore, they did send that 4th member across, leaving just Savage here with a smoke and a dream to try and buy time for these rotations back. And APOC, he's gone for that real damn quick rotation to bring the rifle into a position to succeed.
Well, now they know where it is. They know that this gun is around the B site. Rooster don't really have time to go back towards A. I think that's going to be the one to get any late flanks to come back over towards this B site. But here we go. In towards the B site. APOC good for 1. Needs another, at least.
Oh, can't quite find it. On a nice line for it. Hats as well going to be spammed down to 5 points of health. And he's made his way into con. TJ. Oh, I thought he had that timing down pat, but the offline from Hats was damn good. He's feeling it at the moment. 2 half-health Rooster members means there's still an opportunity, but there's no kit. So Encore, if they want it, they need to go damn quick. Hats has his eyes on the prize, and that, of course, is an AK. So he'll snatch it away and look to just save back in CT. And he's got to pick up the pace as well, because 5 HP, he needs to create some space between him and that explosive.
And of course, you know, he needs to get a little bit further too because of those changes that did actually come in a little bit ago now to the bomb radius explosion field. Even in library, he takes 2 points of damage. So you can just see how far it actually stretches now for those that didn't know. But at least double digits are achieved for Rooster now. They are really starting to, you know, make me maybe question this retake at the moment and how potent the T side of Inferno can actually get. But I also, you know, come to remember all it takes is 1 for Encore to secure map point. And then you don't have any safety net anymore as Rooster. It has to go flawless for the remainder of the map to try and win out this series in a 2-0 fashion. Get a grudge back against Vertex for that all-important Challenger Melbourne slot. So we'll see what Encore do have to deliver in this round. A stack of 4 towards the B site, leaving just Sterling with the AWP over at A. And with all this deep utility down Banana as well, it's inviting Rooster to go for a bit of a challenge. And I like it. Encore, they have a bit of early control there to buy some time off that clock. And then they rotate some members back over towards the A site to at least assist Sterling.
A well-placed nade could take a big chunk out of nettik, but looks like he's going to lob that early. Someone's playing close towards that half wall. APOC fishing for gold, and he'll find it. And he keeps on hanging around as well. Aggressive position, made the reload sound back towards arch side, and just sits in the smoke here. TJ throwing some util. Oh, it's awkward. APOC going to be able to somehow get another there. But it is going to be answered for 1, and Rooster looking to take this A-site control now. ASAP, still full util, but trying to stay sneaky out of apps. Sterling posted, waiting for the dig swing. But but it's all going to boil down to how this site take goes. Sterling now up on Nifty, and there's some util, but ASAP ain't using it. It's just going to be the full contact in-up dig, and that could be Rooster's downfall. 30 seconds. Sterling missed opportunity and misses a second time as well.
That's
something that we weren't saying earlier, Dion.
Yeah, that's an absolute blunder as well. The immediate save call from Encore. The difference it makes if Sterling gets one or if they go for a little bit of a quicker play, right?
Yeah.
If Sterling over at that cutout, if he throws a flash over towards dig for Hats to peek in, potentially they find all the information, potentially Encore get the rounds, but I almost feel like they get a little bit too passive in the fashion that they have that player advantage and the time is ticking low. They think that Sterling is going to potentially just be the one to seal the deal, right? He's at a good spot with that AWP, a good position that is uncharacteristic of him to miss. So really unfortunate for Encore that this round doesn't go their way. But on the flip side for Rooster, they're still in this one. That's 11.
I'm believing. It's certainly starting to happen. Rooster, T-sided game as it seems.
Yeah.
Inferno, of course, very streaky. And Rooster are finding every round that matters at the moment. Encore having a couple of issues closing here, but they're going to give it a red-hot crack again. Decent buy on the board. Warp in play, big save from the B-site members, so full util as well.
Big chance for Encore to get around. It's been a hot minute since they've been able to gain one, I do feel. There's no AWP for Rooster's side. It's full AKs. It's actually not seeing a lot of utility be deployed by Encore in Banana. They'll see one HE grenade courtesy of Savage, but apart from the second one that Licky's just throwing now, it's kind of absent of presence from Encore.
Oh, flash forward. And Encore thought that maybe they found a timing. Sterling gets put on the line, and nettik goes back dry. So, cops the full force of the AWP there. And nettik has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting here for Rooster. So, him going down means things are very unlikely now for Rooster to close it out. But they did it in the previous round, so we'll see if they can win this 4v1 on the B side.
Yeah, I would love to see Rooster turn it up, right? They've got numbers here. They've countered what util has been over towards this B site. They've got flashes and smokes of their own. They'll see a deeper incendiary. If they can get in front of that, they can just go. And that's exactly what they're doing now, Mac.
Yeah, going straight through it as well. Thought they were going to tank it for a moment, but flashes look damn good. Savage! Oh, my lord. Able to find one there. I thought it looked so good. Many blind members in front of him, but the trade comes through. Numbers still strong for Encore now with plenty to play for the retake. So Rooster, did he try and pull a rabbit out of a hat here? 1 for 1, not going to be good enough, but Rackham can still get some damage done, and they're looking for this con control. TJ, 1 point of health offline from Rackham, gets the first spray down. Big trade, 1 HP and a dream. First headshot found, and a headshot line. TJ comes through with the goods and keeps it cranking for Rooster.
That is insane from TJP. 1 HP. He's able to get his head on a swivel for a 1 versus 2 clutch at the end. You got to give it to him. You know, as soon as that's con play for them, when they go in, they line up, they get taken down, all that damage. You've got the death cam that comes in from Hats, I think it was as well, that they can just see a little bit of extra information for the time being. Encore know that both players are on the site, but TJP, you know he's going to be screaming after that play that it goes to Rooster's favor. Another round that Encore, you feel that they have secured, Mac, and it's just pulled away from them.
Slowing things down again. But no one on Rooster wanting to put a foot wrong. So just holding here at second. APOC, a change up in positioning. Very aggressive with that M4. And looks to beat this Molly. And hopes he can find a timing. Rackham not looking for this at all. And no one even close to trade. ASAP might get a flank timing.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for APOC. He's kind of left to his own devices here.
Ooh.
Smoke will give some information to ASAP. All down to a bit of luck, I almost feel like here. Everyone making noise. There you do have it. ASAP falls.
You could see he was going for the hard clear, but still, even so, did not expect APOC tucked away in that corner. And now it's just going to be the bracket bust. Apps not in Rooster's control, so they're just going to go for the full wraparound arch side. Smokes come through. Encore starting to make a move at B as well, fully clearing out Banana, and now they know then it probably has to be A with 30 seconds on the clock.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Rackham with a molly. If it goes to pit, that is going to flush Hats out, and they can look to establish a bomb plant. You've only then got APOC to contend with.
Oh, going straight into a crossfire, so these weapons can still have huge impact, and it's going to happen again. Hat's going to find more than one, and TJ unable to trade for more than that kill onto Hats. So 15, it's been a while, but Encore get back on the board again.
I guess at the end of the day, if Encore are still able to pull away this map, even if they had so much of a lead, you know, it's a map that they win, and it still keeps them in contention to get that match against Vertex, to have a shot at ESL Challenger Melbourne. That'll be played at the DreamHack Festival at the end of next month. If you can get down here, well, love to see you. But for right now, at least, you know, it is map point secured for Encore. There is a buy for Rooster. Cheeky nade in from Sterling. Nice little peppering of damage.
An ASAP this time. Going up into Lightroom, not going to get caught off like the previous round. And he's looking to come back in with a vengeance. But two-man setup on the A site makes things a little bit more difficult for Encore to hold if Rooster go quite quickly here. Smoke towards Arch side.
It's one of these passive rounds again from Encore. Not really being too proactive to go and get some early information or to go and get an early pick. We've seen, you know, Encore lose that duel at Banana time and time again. Been a little bit better for those picks down towards the A side, towards apartments. And the path of least resistance at the moment for Rooster would be to navigate through jungle silently. But of course, they don't have that information, right? They don't know that there's no one lurking around library. There's no one there. You can see that Licky is watching CT from the tree over at B, but with only an MP9. It can get quite interesting. All this utility now starting to come down onto the A site, and Hats is gone.
Sterling just waiting for a swing. Can't get the damage and reveals his location. So easy pickings for Rooster. Two-man advantage. Encore money. Oh, if they go for it, there's still maybe a chance, but TJ is fully aware that Encore love a good save. So he's starting to go for the hunt here. Short side of CT, and Savage, nice little flick to get that pick. But Rooster, with not a lot of money in the bank, they can't afford too many more members to fall here if they want to keep on stacking these rounds on. But they are putting high priority in getting rid of these Encore weapons.
Oh, they can probably sacrifice one or two more members. Rackham has nearly 8k, right? So, yeah, with the loss, with the win bonus rather, he'd be able to donate something nice for the boys. If you can remove these weapons from Encore, who will still have a bit of money for themselves to be able to invest. So the hunt isn't justified in really going for it. Another round over towards Rooster. I want to see Savage delete that MP9. I want to see him get, you know, an M4 or maybe even an AWP to run double. It's not something that we've seen from Encore. It's just Savage with the solo. As Licky's still going to have that MP9, we have a match force come in, which is most likely the technical variety, yeah? With no timer coming in. So
maybe
we have a bit of a chill for a moment.
And on position, you can hear the text ticks in chat. They're just trying to figure out what they want to do here and the best approach to make this one work. Or at least continue playing.
Yeah. 2 rounds for Rooster to put us into the overtimes. Thanks,
Look, it's a situation where I'm happy for this to go to 3 maps, honestly, because otherwise we're going to have a break. 3-hour break before the next game.
Just gotten confirmation as well from our lovely observer that it's players experiencing a little bit of SPS issues. So reload into the server, have a bit of time to just fix that one up, and then we can get back into it. If you're wondering why there's 2 Sterlings, it caught me off guard just then, Mac. I thought we were actually getting the double warp deployment from Encore. I would have liked to see it. Oh, is that what it is?
End of major. Yep. No more spaghetti code. We'll have a proper game that hasn't been thrown apart, or thrown together, rather.
Tell you what, Mac, there is a lot of production environments out there that still feature spaghetti code firsthand from a developer. So you believer of Rooster's comeback?
Yeah, well, they're doing really good to make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Just making the right calls. I don't know if Encore are choking. It just feels like that they're positionally, like not playing together at moments. Some of those
Yeah.
rounds as well. You got to remember, like there were points where people were like flashing for each other, and there were some criminal lack of trades coming through from like the Rooster side.
Yeah.
So Encore were able to like double down, run through a smoke, get like 2, stand on the edge of a smoke, get 2 in positions that should be 1 and done. So
it definitely feels like the risks that Encore were taking a little bit earlier on that net them a majority of these rounds, they've kind of forgotten that was, you know, something that they could rely upon, right?
Yeah.
They've gone back to the passive approach at the moment, and that's where Rooster have really just been able to thrive in a little bit of that chaos that's not really too chaotic, right? It's a bit more controlled on Rooster's side. They're given space, they're given time, which probably without your normal IGL actually is needed for Rooster, right? Because it gives them actually that thinking time that usually a well-seasoned veteran IGL can snappily make.
Yeah.
Rooster now have that affordance because Encore have gone down that passive route again.
Looks like everyone's just getting through this one. Match medic now out of the way. And everyone should be ready to roll in just a moment.
Yep.
Let's see what Sterling's going to opt to do here. Plenty of cash for another AWP. That's what he'll buy. But where's he going to take it? Having a quick look at the spawns on the map there. Mr. 6. I can't see him. But we're live.
Yeah. I think he was the one that was over toward the A site, by the way. So, from memory. Essentially, he goes for a bit of a mid peak. You know, your old run boost with the AWP. We haven't seen that from Encore just yet. We've seen a deeper smoke for them to throw a nade down mid. Where is he gone? All right, he's going towards B. So a potential banana peak early on. There's HE grenades from Rooster, so they could look to exploding. Molly early. Good shot.
The nade was good. Nice approach. Nice try from Sterling there. But again, after losing half his health, you don't want to go down to a quick spam towards that car plywood.
Again, Encore, real patient at the moment. You always are gonna understand, you know, it's one more round. You're on the precipice of winning the map. You don't want to be the one that loses their life, that gives the way in for their opponents. But at the end of the day, you know, you kind of want to see Encore doing what was working for them. You want to see them going for these risks because it was those plays that were getting them rounds. See if Sterling with the AWP is going to be able to find the opening pick. APOC has been, in the meanwhile, smoked off over at Archers at jungle, and there's a lot of utility going back and forwards between both squads at the top of brackets, but at the moment that's just all null and voided because we know that the bomb is at banana, and that's where Rooster are tending towards.
Sterling just waiting for the moment to strike, but there's all this util.
30 seconds.
Rooster past it. Yeah, they're going real damn late here. We saw them do this a few times in Pro League, and sometimes worked, sometimes didn't. But Sterling happily just waiting. There's a molly on the choke. Great strike. And this might be the final round. Smoke as well going down. 10 seconds to plant. Rooster are going all the way to the final seconds on the clock. Boost over the top as well. Sterling trying to help him out. Rackham is going to be able to pick one off, but as you mentioned, bomb gets planted in the final moments, and we've still got plenty of util to get rotated here. Encore, the same can't be said.
Yep. Just a couple of kits, no util. Sterling on the AWP. You almost feel like he has to be the instigator and then get traded out.
Time's ticking. It's already half gone. 80k on the offline. Spots the angle onto your boy Hats there, who's going to be able to answer with that one.
No time.
And it's one towards the back of sight, one in the smoke at CT, and the mop-up comes through. Rooster, they can smell overtime.
Mate, that's a round where one little mishap, you know, 6 seconds where the bomb starts to go down. Rackham, real lucky to be able to get away with a lot in that round for Rooster. And they hold on. 15 secured for Encore. Yeah, for sure. But I think we've all been more impressed by what Rooster's been able to deliver to get to 14 after a 11-4 halftime scoreline. It was 11 T-sided rounds in a row from Encore, mind you. So it's been a bit of an affair on Inferno so far. Bit of a different setup this time for Encore, actually, as well. And TJP, he's really wise to throw that flashbang to get control of mid. If he didn't do that, potentially could have lost his life to APOC. So back into this 5 versus 5, of course. Util still around for both squads. But no movement from Encore again, Mac. I can't help but feel they have really shifted to be too passive.
TJ just confident as ever. Shift walking out mid before that molly bloomed on Dig's side. Plopping him here. Leaving ASAP with a bit of util of his own. Flash nade back in the bracket. But Encore ready for this busted B. Smoke goes down at 50 seconds. Savage.
It's wrong info.
Giving up sight.
Look at what's happening over at the A side of things as well. TJP's going to drop a deeper smoke. He's going to peek the line. Sterling finds it, but it's all false. It's Savage. Up creep without a paddle at this B site. 30 seconds. He's the only one here. He needs at least one.
That's a beautiful flash. No one was looking at the back of sight, but they swing around in time, and Savage, he'll hit the ground running. 80k as well. Plenty of time to get this one planted. Licky. No hero plays here. He's just looking to lock down con control and try and help Encore set themselves up for a retake.
Smoke at the coffins. It'll buy a little bit of time. Everybody in the server going to be surrounding this B side. ASAP a little bit further away with the util. The damaging util, in fact. Bomb's half, Mac.
Nettik, close range. Oh, should have been a freebie onto APOC there. Big damage. ASAP follows through with the HE, and Sterling too. He'll hit the ground. And we have overtime on Inferno. Still a chance for it to be a 2-0.
Yeah, I don't know who gives who gets a breath of fresh air here. I think it's us, Mac. Rooster have come back into this series from 11-4, tied up at the halftime scoreline. I was kind of questioning, you know, what they were going to be able to do. I thought that maybe from what we saw on Vertigo, they were able to win this 2-0, and then Encore just come out swinging. Their bat's been broken, and they have been sent from home base to the stands. So in OT, do things shift back to Rooster now? Oh, caught him in the Pokeball.
An interesting affair. But with this damage, Sterling can still have huge impact. Just waiting for someone to swing at the half wall. But again, slow approach. Nades at mid. Flashing APOC forward, who's poked his head straight down the middle. Hasn't spotted the thing. And now you're going to see the numbers from Licky send back towards B.
Good molly. That'll buy a significant amount of time. But for Rooster, the B site was working time and time again for the later stages of last half now. Continuing on this T side for our first bout of OT. So what's the A side of things? APOC to get smoked off. Provide a bit of a deeper one for himself. He's hungry for it to reposition. But there is a gap in this smoke. Nettik is low. Oh, he's made noise.
Ooh. An odd position there. But APOC has lost his life now, and the wrap starts to come through. Licky gets almost that third. Big damage. And it could have been the round changer, but we see TJ as well just mollied out, wanting to get this one planted as quickly as possible, and it will be planted for broken wall. So, Encore, it's OT. You know they're going to give it a crack.
Yeah, they have to, right? They've got kits. They've got Sterling on an AWP. They've got Savage with a bit of util of his own, but with the affordance of the money in OT, you'd always just want to go for it. We've got, 12,500 monies to play with now in these challenges. But it does look like Encore, with the time that's ticking away, with the player deficit and no shoe-in for the retake, they are indeed just going to have to go for the save.
Yeah.
Rough times for the CTs.
Very, very interesting. But look,
Well,
Rooster now with the lead for the first time this map.
Indeed. First time from 11-4 down at one point. Well, from 11-0 down too.
Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Double AWP deployment now for Encore. I was requesting this come last half of regulation. Now finally we get to see what is going to come with the double boomsticks.
Sorry. Pico's getting really into this game. I think she wants Rooster to win or something.
She wants some
That
chicken.
being said, Licky not having too much impact here. It is, however, going to be a lot of damage over towards Banana.
Yeah, these AWPs back. That's what I was hyping up. Savage and Sterling able to start things off with the Scopey boys. Now TJP might be the next on the plate. He certainly is. Given to him on a silver platter. At least Savage traded out by 80k, who is burning to 28 HP. He got away on that duel scot-free, and he's given up his own life force here. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, indeed. And a big one, 80k. Might have just found an angle back in. That molly, it's gone down in the smoke, so it will be instantly extinguished. And 80k even takes a chunk from that nade, but still, he's living, still he's kicking. And he's looking to live up to his name as the Inspector. On for the ace at the moment. A lot of pressure on his shoulders. And Rackham, the super sub, he's hoping that something happens here. Oh, 80k's got the read, but there's noise, so they cancel the boost now. And as the smoke fades, it's going to be the two-pronged approach back in from CT side. Molly looks good, forces the swing, and it will be a successful retake with plenty of time to defuse that.
It's always the question, isn't it? Why couldn't you do that in like the dub? But it's Counter-Strike. It's what happens. It's controlled chaos. We love it. The double AWPs, they work for Encore. Finally, another round on the CT side, so they can win this in overtime.
Yeah.
They don't have to try and fight for a second one. But I guess the question right now is who's going to get that 17th round on the board? Is it going to be Encore, that T side that has been so devastating for these teams at the moment, so destructive, you know, it's going to be better for them? Or is it going to be Rooster here, who is actually on T side, who had a really great comeback already?
Well, the question yet to be answered. But Rooster hoping that they can find a second here on the T side. Here in OT. An aggressive setup. Savage. Thought he was on a tight line, but he gave his life. Unable to shoot back there.
Good opener for Rooster. An investment towards B, though, for Encore. Flash and mollied in. APOC technically needs some assistance here from Licky, but the grenade is good. It's a 1-to-1. Still favoring Rooster at the moment. All this util is going to do is buy time for Rooster to grab their forces together. Because if Encore do grope up towards one of these sites, you know, they technically leave the other one open. Things do start to peel towards the A side at the moment. If Sterling does get smoked off, then it's going to be Hats with the full belt of util for himself. Actually, nice timing on that smoke, but Sterling, it's a misread, Mac. He's left the scene.
You hate to see it at the moment. But Hats, he's going to be smoked off. Tries to drop that molly. It will split up the troops and try to slow things down, but it looks like they've all managed to beat it now. And still ASAP lurking up in apps. Bit of damage onto Hats. They know that he's here, but they don't care. They're happy to play the numbers game. Happy just to hold control of sight. Encore with the aggression down Banana. Looking to go for the retake from at mid, and Hatch still has that smoke of his own. So again, we'll just be hidden. We'll stay silent here in pit, and there's a lot of noise being made up dig as well. So Rooster, they are in the right position to make this happen. It's going to be the flash forward. Great teamwork, great shooting. And Rackham, he's found all three. He had a bit of a silent one there, you know, going into the start of Inferno, but he's really firing up when he's needed.
Absolutely. Big 3k to come out from him as well. A great decision for Rooster to just leave B, collect their forces up at A, and then they go silent. They hug the dig wall as well. So anyone playing broken wall, if they go for a little bit of a peek, in this instance, it being Hats, he didn't spot anything, and then he's just absolutely stuck. A very weird, I guess someone from the outset would say what Rooster were doing around the site, that they leave a player in pit when they've got numbers, but their plan of action, it worked wonders, right? So they've gotten the chance now to try and close things up. They've got the lead. They've got an advantage. But I want to remind everybody, it's the CT side that has plagued both of these teams on Inferno thus far. Is it going to be anything different here for Rooster?
Well, time's about to tell. Slow shift in from Hats, who's looking for this angle. 80k. Just staying slippery. Constantly moving.
Oh, he's been... Oh, the movement
I
of the
think
belt.
Hats is trying to figure out what that is.
I think...
I don't know if he's seen it.
Well, it's one of those things that you probably don't see it, but because we've got the X-ray, we do, right?
Very awkward position.
Yeah. 50 seconds.
Whoa, and Hats. Not going to get that molly off in time, so Rooster don't need to move, and they don't need to shift the numbers back towards the A site. But with 40 on the clock, Encore, you can see Sterling in this position. He's got that smoke, he's got that flash, and there's been no pick happening over towards the B side, so it is just going to be the commitment out of apps at A.
We'll see what Encore can do. They've got a full amount of utility here, and for the players that are actually on this site for Rooster, they've got assistive utility. Rackham drops an incendiary, however, to try and buy a bit of time. It's going to be this wrap. Encore have to win these duels. They have to get this plant.
Just have to do something, all right? 80k over towards reverse default. Only going to be able to one. Oh, and done. Rackham locks it down. And there's the bloody meat grinder. 18 secured. Rooster need one more to knock Encore out of the ESL Challenger Melbourne qualifiers 2-0 here.
Yeah, and after, a pretty convincing map 1 on Vertigo from Rooster, they're silent in the server when it comes to Inferno for at least the first half. Things get hot and heavy. Encore have a good start, come the switch up, but then something awakens in Rooster's camp, and they push us to OT, and now they're leading in OT on the CT side. So they have really fought tooth and nail to get to this current point. 2 map points for themselves now, 2 series points, in fact. To make mention to the 2-0 potential here of Rooster. They've already gotten a bit of this banana control too. TJP, bit of spam, gets a bit of damage on towards Licky, but it's ASAP with a gorgeous spray down. This is the best chance for Rooster to win now, Mac.
Mate, it feels like we're about to have a big damn break. Encore, what can they do here with a 2-man disadvantage? They looked pretty damn good in that first half of Inferno on the T side, but things, angles into the site, answers to the questions that they currently have. They're running out of every single damn option. 80k as well. He'll be tucked away over towards Moto side. Looking to try and play reactive.
Yeah. You need individual heroics here from Encore. APOC has to pull something out of his history, and he's now been spotted as well. Reactive utility immediately from nettik in the pit. TJP finds Hats looking for a second one. It's all on a Sterling here, Mac.
1v5 angle, flash forward. Rackham, he's hungry, but he won't go too hard. Thought he might have been able to close, but these flashes are brutal. And Sterling, he's going to be able to get one more there on a nettik. A chance, 2 to get past, 20 on the clock to plant. And with this smoke as well, he can isolate the fight with Rackham, who's got the headshot line. He tucks into cold, goes for the pre-fire. Sterling, he's cooking with a little bit of gas now. Taps it. 80k looks to move forward. The smoke! It was so good until it wasn't. And the timing doesn't favor Sterling. He wanted the 1v5. He could taste the opportunity. But Rooster take it 2-0 and will be going to the grand final to have a rematch with Vertex to try and qualify for ESL Challenger Melbourne.
And this is what